Artemis 1 is prepared to make history. We are finally getting ready to go back to the moon. 2022 has been an interesting year, but it seems like NASA wanted to add the cherry on top of the cake. It's been almost 50 years since Apollo 17, the final mission of NASA's Apollo program, has happened. It is the most recent time humanity have stepped on the moon or traveled beyond our planet's orbit, so this makes Artemis 1 the first real project that has as purpose to return humans to the moon and establish a permanent human presence out there. This project may sound like science fiction, but is more doable than you may think it is. Despite all the delays that the program had, it is coming back in force with many upgrades. Artemis is as well the first project ever to involve not only private aerospaces, but also commercial ones. And all this not only to conquer in the race for the moon, but to teach the agency about how to get humans to the red planet, Mars. We can consider that our mission to the moon that we are trying to accomplish is a long-term training for the future missions that will lead us to Mars, which, by the way, will be accomplished by the same rockets that are currently hitting for the journey on Moon. The launch was expected to be on 29th of August 2022, but because of engine issues, they had to postpone it once again. By the time the Space Launch System was supposed to lift off from Kennedy Space Center, exactly 18,150 days had passed since the final mission that had to explore the moon's surface, Apollo 17. We thought that returning back to the moon and potentially colonizing it would be easy at that time, although it wasn't the case. It has been almost 50 years since then, and not only we never touched the moon, we also have never gone beyond its orbit. But soon enough, Artemis 1, the first mission of a total of 3, that just by 2025 will bring more men and women to place foot on our satellite, will launch. It is the first step to beginning the human exploration of our solar system that will begin shortly. Being the first Artemis mission, it will as well be the first flight for the Orion capsule and the Space Launch System heavy launch vehicle. The journey to the moon is probably the most exciting and extreme adventure of a human being, don't you agree? And if you think about it, it almost seems unbelievable that the astronauts of the Apollo generation made it to the moon's surface, considering the fact that their computers had the computing capacity of an old phone. With Artemis 1, we are getting ready to make this dream come true again. And in addition to this, it is the best opportunity to test the behavior of the new Orion command module, a flagship that promises a great autonomy and structural integrity even in cases of emergency, being designed to carry up to 4 astronauts at a time. It ensures the survival of the passengers in the most critical situations, from the launch to the landing. The capsule is equipped with a service module that allows its passenger to control the temperature, provides electrical power and many more features. But, despite all these things, during the first journey, the capsule will not have any real passengers, but it won't be empty as well. On board will be 3 mannequins, that are going to be equipped with sensors that are capable of detecting radiation levels. The name of the commander mannequin is Commander Munikin Campus, that pays homage to the iconic and famous engineer of the Apollo 13 mission, the one that successfully brought safely back home the astronauts that have been on that mission. Munikin Campus is going to wear the same spacesuit that the future astronauts will use, and it is going to be equipped with multiple sensors that will help the agency measure multiple variables, such as acceleration values and vibrations to which the astronauts will be subjected. Let's not forget about the other 2 mannequins. They are referred to as phantoms, each one of them being built with materials that imitate human bone and tissue, as well as organs unique to each sex. Orion's journey is going to last 42 days as it will travel the moon, looping around it, and then returning to Earth, traveling a total of 2.1 million kilometers or 1.2 million miles. The capsule is set to splash down in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of San Diego on October 10. As for the future Artemis missions, NASA plans to start building a station in 2023, which will be called Lunar Space Station. This station is going to support all the Artemis missions, from going back to the moon to going for the first time on Mars. It's going to be a major difference between this station and the one that has been used for the landings in the Apollo era. The entire philosophy of the Artemis program will be to dock the Orion capsule with the gateway to a much higher orbit, and then to land on the surface with a dedicated vehicle that is provided by SpaceX. The alternative orbit will distance Orion from the moon by 60,000 kilometers, breaking the distance record set by Apollo 13 in 1970 in the process. The Orion capsule will finally be pushed on its home course when it leaves the distant retrograde orbit after 6 days with another lunar flyby. The Orion will shed its service module after its customary 3-day approach to Earth and plunge at a speed of 11 km per second into our planet's atmosphere. The heat shield of the capsule, which hasn't been tested yet, will need to withstand temperatures of around 2700 degrees Celsius. I wonder how will things turn out. And this is not all. We will be able to see its progress big thanks to the cameras mounted inside and outside of the capsule, sharing images and videos throughout the mission. If you have an Amazon Alexa device, you can ask it about the mission's location each day. We also expect to see views of the Earthrise, views similar to what was shared during the Apollo 8 mission, but this time with much better technology. Naturally, it will, and as soon as Commander Munich in Campus safely exits the spacecraft, we will start counting down the months until the launch of Artemis 2, the mission that will send humans around the moon for the first time since 1972. A mission that is strikingly similar to the incredible achievement of Apollo 8 during the holiday season of 1968. And just like that, everything will be fine.